I took a 5-year break from making music to build an online business. Today I want to share with you what I learned.
You reach out to me.
Hey, it's MEGAREACH here. So first of all, I want to show you a screenshot from one of the merchant accounts from one of my online businesses. Okay, so I'm not showing you this to brag, maybe a little bit, right? But I just wanted to prove that, look, I've had some success in business. I took a break for 5 years. Now I'm using the lessons I learned while building the business to start my music career. And I wanted to share this stuff with you. So the first lesson is to ignore 99% of people's opinions and only listen to the opinions of the people who are where you want to be. When I was building my online business, the amount of people that harped on about how competitive e-commerce was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The amount of blog posts, the amount of forums, the amount of people I bump into who were in the business world, who were scared it was too competitive. If I listened to them, I never would have bothered building my business, right? I would have quit. However, there was one lady, right, who I knew was making £1,000 profit per month with her little part-time e-commerce thing. So I zoned out everybody else's opinions and I said, I'm just gonna listen to her. I'm gonna treat her like she is a god. Right? So she gave me a few things to do, a few tasks to do to build my business. I did every single one like it was my homework, right? And lo and behold, a few weeks later, maybe a month or two later, I had £1,000 a month in profit. And I stuck with this mantra as my businesses grew. Same thing in the music industry. I thought you had to tour and do live shows in order to make money as a musician. Everybody says this. If you look at posts on YouTube, on Reddit, there's so many people saying you have to tour. Categorically, you have to, otherwise you won't make any money. And yet I happened to rent an apartment of a very, very, very successful independent musician who said to me, he never tours, he only releases music on streaming services and physically and sells merch, and that's how he sustains his pretty impressive lifestyle. Whose opinion am I going to listen to? The millions of people who've never made it, or this one person who is an example of what he says? Lesson number 2 is that nice guys don't come last. So I'm the musician type, right? I'm quite a nice person. I don't really like confrontation, quite introverted. I've met lots of musicians. I went to university to study music technology and pretty much my whole class was the same type of person. We don't like confrontation. I thought this gave you a huge disadvantage in the world of being successful and business in the music industry, in whatever industry. I thought this was a disadvantage. I thought people would just walk all over you. Through running my business and growing it and being successful, I've realized that actually it's an advantage because you have better people skills, you're more empathetic, you can build better connections, network more easily. And interestingly enough, when you're the nice guy, nobody expects you to have extremely sharp business skills. No one expects you to pull out that negotiation technique from out of nowhere. Obviously, if you're wearing a suit and you're very, sales type of person, everyone expects you to be extremely good at selling. If you're a nice guy, it kind of comes out of nowhere. Right? So it can be a real advantage. Lesson number 3, other people's audiences. Look, building an audience is tough. It takes time. Building the momentum takes forever. You know this if you've been releasing music for any period of time. The first time I did a partnership in my first online business, I made 10 sales with just a few hours work. Why? Because I wasn't using my own audience that I had to build from scratch. I was using somebody else's audience that they had built. So now someone was referring my products to people they trusted and the people that trusted them. So this is really the way you can get immediate results. And the way that you can transfer this to the music industry is by using other people's platforms. You can partner with bloggers, YouTubers, radio stations, people who own magazines, the press. If you can use anybody who has a big audience, it's like you're borrowing from all of the relational capital they have with their followers. One really underutilized thing you can do is reach out to people on TikTok, right, who just stand there and dance in front of a phone to get clout, right? They will dance to your tune if you pay them a relatively small sum of money, and again, you can borrow their audience. Lesson number 4, emails sell. So everyone bangs on about social media and how that's where everybody's attention is and how email is on the decline. This is true, and people are on social media, and you should build your social media. However, the Association of Direct Marketing in America say on average for every $1 spent on email marketing, you get $38 back. As I've been building my business, this has been so true. In fact, I don't do any social media with my business. Right? I just focus on emails and maybe YouTube. I don't know if that's technically social media, but I just do those two things, and that's how we make all our sales. So if you want to get attention, use social media, but if you want to sell albums, concerts, merch, then use email. Definitely start building an email list because it will give you the biggest return on investment in your whole marketing arsenal. Lesson number 5, crappy action. So this is definitely something I think us musicians are guilty of, right? Being a perfectionist. At the end of the day, doing a load of stuff and making a load of mistakes is always going to give you better results than just procrastinating and doing very little. I can barely spell. I send out emails constantly. I write copy constantly that's littered with spelling mistakes. Sometimes you'll create something and you will think it's terrible. Whether it's a video, a song, maybe it's a piece of content, you will think it's terrible. But even something that you think is terrible could be incredible to the person at the other end of the screen. That crap video that you put out that you didn't really like could have completely turned around someone else's day, right? This is all so subjective. So it's so much better to just do something on a consistent basis and put it out there. Now, a benefit of this will be the more you actually consistently do stuff, the better you get at the process of doing that stuff. So in the beginning, you might be putting out loads of things, whether it's pieces of music, content, whatever it is, and those things will have mistakes and they won't be your best work. But through putting out loads of stuff, you actually get better at the entire process of creating that stuff. Like if you look at my copy that I made in the beginning, right, my sales writing, it was cheesy, it was terrible, but I just kept putting it out there because it would get me a little bit of a result. If you compare what my sales copy used to look like compared to now, it's night and day, simply because I just kept doing it and kept putting it out there. And it's the same with my music. The more that I keep putting it out there, the better it gets because I get better at the process. Perfect example is this video, right? The lighting coming in from the window keeps changing, and I know I'm going to watch this video back and I'm going to be annoyed with it. Also, my hair's too long because I haven't been to the barber because of this whole situation we're in right now. I'm not going to be happy with this video, but I'm putting it out there because I know that someone might get some value from it. So, did you find this video helpful? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, subscribe. It would be awesome if I could get more musicians and awesome people like you watching these vlogs. Alright, take care and we'll speak soon.
You reach out to me.